told by the fact that I've had to change the topic already. All right, let's get some people in here. Alrighty, double tap the screen, everyone. All right, hey, how old are you?
Hello,
How old are you?
I'm 18,
All right, what year were you born in?
2006.
All right, what do you want to debate?
Being a furry is fine.
Okay, why don't you think being a furry is fine? What's wrong with being a furry? What do you
No,
have
I'm
against
against it.
Pardon?
I'm against it. It's not fine.
Yeah, why are you against it?
Oh, because they're weird.
Okay, they're weird. Do you think something being weird to you is a
Wait,
justification
I
to be
want to know your
against it?
opinion. You think being a furry is fine?
Yeah, absolutely. Someone wearing, cosplaying as an animal
So
and
instead of
wearing,
saying hi to them, you would meow to them?
no, that I don't think you know what furry means. Furry is simply dressing up in furry costumes and, perhaps wearing a tail or furry mask. Every furry is different, but that's simply what being a furry is.
Are you
Okay.
a furry?
With furriness. Not right now, but I could if I wanted to be. Absolutely. If I cosplayed it, yeah, I would be.
Okay.
So, do you actually have an issue with it, or are you just still
No, I
gonna?
just find them cringe. Like, seeing one would ruin my day, so.
Why would it ruin your day? Do you see how
Because they're
silly that
cringe.
sounds? Someone having fun. Let me ask you a question. Is your day on Halloween, the 31st of October, is your day ruined?
Yeah. If I
Why?
see a furry.
But why? No, no. Even if you didn't see a furry, why is it ruined on Halloween?
Oh, it's not ruined. If I don't see a furry, it's not ruined. No.
Okay, does people dressing up ruin your day?
No.
Okay, so what exactly would you have against
I
furry?
get your point, but being a furry is like so cringe.
It's not
Like
cringe.
making it your whole personality. Like, do I meow to you when I say hi? Do I bark? Like, what the hell?
Listen, what is wrong with that? Why are you being furry phobic? Number one, and number two, can you stop calling things weird that aren't weird? It's
There's a
just
thing.
disrespectful.
Furry phobic is a thing.
Yeah, obviously, if you're against them, people, innocent, marginalized groups who are not doing anything wrong,
I
such
don't
as
hate them. I just find them cringe.
there's nothing cringe about what they're doing. They're just having fun. Just like if someone was dressing up for a party, I wouldn't find them cringe either because
No,
that would be
I've seen
disrespectful.
one on the streets. I've literally seen one on the street. They don't just dress up for parties.
Okay, and what's wrong with that? What did they do to you? Did they hurt you? Did they
I mean,
violate you? Why are you so angry with them?
I'm not angry. I just said I find them cringe. Like, I
Okay,
don't hate them as a person.
there's no
I
reason.
just like hope they get help.
Okay, and see, that's a very disrespectful thing to say. In fact, I hope that you get help for being disrespectful to people who are just trying to have fun. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They've not hurt you, and it's very silly and foolish to
All
be
right,
upset.
I'm sure to meow next time I come.
1 second, young lady, don't interrupt me. It's very silly and foolish to be upset at someone who has not even hurt you. And this is exactly why it's so silly. It's not SE-actual in any way, shape, or form. What part of being furry is SE-actual? None of it is. All right, let's get the next person in there, guys. Double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in there. Double tap the screen. Guys, I need you to double tap the screen. We need to get more people in there. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Just let you know I'm 14 if that's okay.
Pardon?
I'm only 14 if that's okay.
Nope. Goodbye. Buddy said he was 14. He said he was 14. Oh dear. Guys, double tap the screen, please. Keep double tapping, man. We need it so TikTok pushes it out. How old are you?
No, I'm 33.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
The furry thing is not fine at all.
Okay, what do you have against furries? What did they do to you?
It's not about them doing something to me, but
Okay,
I think
then what exactly is wrong with it if they did nothing to you?
because it's not. Well, I think it's the same thing. If I saw someone have a relationship with his sister, as much as it's not doing anything to me, it's still not fine. We can still call something out for being wrong.
No, it's not wrong. You have no basis for it being wrong. Where's the objective morality that says being a furry is wrong?
Because we're supposed to act like humans, not animals, and we're not supposed to encourage it either. A lot of these people do have.
And who said that?
Who said what?
That we are supposed to act like humans. Who said that? Who made that rule? Who made
No
that
one.
law?
No one needs to say that. What do you mean? No one needs to say.
If you said that, then you're just making things up, my dear boy. Do you realize that?
Yeah, but if I go around acting like a dog, that's not really normal, is it?
Okay, just because something isn't normal doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like me being black, I'm a minority in society. It wouldn't be normal for me to be in society as I'm of a minority. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing for me to be black. So can you please justify...
Say that again, sorry?
1 second, my dear boy. Can you please justify your furry phobia? I just said, again, you can have minorities and people aren't common in a place. Like if I went to Japan, I wouldn't be common. I'd be a minority. Doesn't mean it's bad for me to be black. So can you give me the reason why it's bad for a furry to be in society?
No, but that's a silly example because you're naturally black. That's completely different.
Want to be furries, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay,
Okay, fine.
It doesn't hurt anyone. Can you show me the exact damage it does? Also, are you religious?
Not well. I'm from a religion, but I'm not necessarily I'm not coming from a religious point of view. No.
Okay, well, I was just asking in general because I'd argue religion does far more damage than any furry has ever done to society and to the world at large and history.
I don't think so.
Pardon?
I said I disagree with that.
Okay, you disagree with the fact that religion has caused many crusades, which has unalived thousands of people. In the name of religion, people have done certain attacks. For example, 9/11. For example, in the basis of religion, religion has been the cause for homophobia, misogyny, other awful things in society. All of this is caused by religion as well. Also, priests doing weird things to young kids as well, hiding behind the guise of religion, and all that is much better than someone just dressing up in a costume. Do you seriously see how foolish you are?
No. The foolish thing is you understanding them doing it based on religion. The point is, it's bad people doing bad things. Religion doesn't tell us to do that.
So just listen, my dear boy. These holy books themselves direct people to do terrible things. These gods direct people to do terrible things.
So a priest is following his religion by...
My dear boy. They contain a lot of misogyny, homophobia, a lot of terrible things. And that's exactly the point I'm making. You see that?
No, but the examples you gave are completely not religion-based. If anything, religion is anti-this.
For example, the Quran, talking about, Muhammad's with the 9-year-old. Even in Christianity, we can see God orders his people, the Lord orders Moses to tell people to unalive little boys, grape women as well, and keep them for themselves. Truly disgusting things. And you're so mentally deluded that you view that as all better than someone just dressing up in a costume and wearing a mask. That's how mentally far you've gone.
No, but that's the thing. You're grabbing random bits of religion without context. But if we were just to go back to the fairy thing,
what context is it okay to sleep with a 9-year-old? Can you tell me what context?
There is no context sleeping.
Okay, well, we literally have the verse of Muhammad literally sleeping with Aisha, consummating the marriage when they're 9. She married at 6.
It actually doesn't though.
9. That's literally it literally says that married at 6, consummated at 9. So literally, all of that stuff, religious is way worse than being a furry. Furry is not even being bad, but those things are terrible things. A furry is perfectly fine, and I'd recommend it. I'd encourage you to try a furry costume if you wanted to.
Okay, look, somebody can be a fairy, but at the same time, I can actually look at it and say that is completely not right, not natural either. That's a completely normal reaction for any sensible person to have.
I think it's not right because it's not natural.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think phones are natural?
Yeah, because it's a form of communication. There's nothing wrong with phones.
Attention. Where in nature do you see phones?
It's not about it's not about nature. That's technology.
Exactly. Nothing about this our world today is natural. Okay, so just because it's not natural doesn't mean it's not a bad thing. Natural is not a basis for morality. Okay, and I think you're struggling with that.
No, okay. My understanding of a fairy is somebody who dresses as an animal. And then, I mean, I've heard even schools in the UK, I mean, I'm from the UK, I heard even schools in the UK saying if someone's a furry, they're encouraging them to speak in the animal language. I mean, are you trying to say that's fine?
Let's help you out. Not in every case they're speaking like an animal, but I'd argue that if they wanted to, that would be okay, and that we should try and adapt to it. Obviously, I'd argue that it can get difficult if they're, not speaking in a language, but that's a separate issue. Majority of furries, I'd argue, are not doing that whatsoever.
So what are they doing?
They're just dressing up. They speak normal English. They speak like normal people, like normal human beings, but they're just dressing up. Unless you want to put everyone who dresses up on Halloween in jail, then you should have no issues with furries.
No, me not thinking it's okay doesn't mean I want to put them in jail, but I could look at them and say, okay, these people are just weird and something's wrong inside their head.
Well, I think you're so mentally deluded and your brain's processing so slowly that, again, you look at people who are doing nothing wrong and aren't harming anyone, but you won't look at religion and acknowledge all the terrible stuff that it has inside of it. Can you actually address any of the claims I made about religion instead of...
Well, I can say you're deluded to the fact you're behind this furry thing and thinking it's completely fine.
Okay, so you say you're behind religion, you think it's okay?
I do.
Okay.
Not all religion. Not all religion. No.
No. But that's a big part of it. That's another example of how far you mentally deluded. Religion that has caused so many wars, has killed millions of people, all of this in the name of religion, but you ignore all of that because you're so blind and you'll focus on furries and disagree with them when this thing in society has caused so many issues. Do you see how your world's falling apart? And
Okay, hold on. If somebody's following a specific religion does something wrong, okay, that means that specific person's doing something wrong. The religion,
No, the
many
religion
times,
says to
religion.
do these wrong things. Let me help you out. You're not.
Give me an
paying attention.
example.
The religion says to do these wrong things. For example, Christianity. Let's take
Okay.
Numbers 31, Numbers chapter 31, verse 17 to 18. God orders people to unalive innocent boys and great women, literally ordered by God. Thank you so much for the gift, Troy. God floods the entire world, which is basically mass genocide when God floods the entire world, because again, that's literally the definition of genocide, as well as essentially, meant plenty of other things. He orders slavery, plenty of other things as well. The Amalekites in the Bible, and then the Quran again, it beating women, Surah 434, the woman's mind being half of that of a man. So much terrible stuff about people based on the way they're born, and you ignore all of that because you're so far gone. You ignore all of that, but you're focused on the furries who just want to dress up. Do you see how ridiculous that is?
No. I'm focused on the fairies because that's exactly what this live is about. That's why I've come.
I'm telling you that your priorities are set absolutely wrong, and that there's nothing wrong with being with furries, but the Bible's and religious books contain so much worse things. But regardless, you still haven't told me what the morally bad thing about being a furry is.
Well, okay, fine. If somebody has a relationship with his sister, would you think that's fine? It's not harming you. Would you think that's fine?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have any reason to not think that.
Well, there you go. The different differences, our standards are different.
Why would it be bad to you?
Why would it be bad? Because having a relationship with so incest is fine now.
Can you just tell me why it's bad? I asked you a question.
Why it's bad to have a relationship with your sister? Because that's your blood. What do you mean? That's your sister. Of course, you can't have a relationship with your.
That's the reasoning. You're saying it's bad because it's bad. They're saying it's because your sister, because it's sister. Can you give me a certain reason why that's wrong?
It's wrong in so many ways. You can't ever have a child with her for obvious reasons.
So if you didn't have a child, then it would be okay.
No, of course not. It's wrong in every way. How can you have a romantic relationship with him?
Just give me a minute. Then that's irrelevant. You don't need to bring that up. What is the reason? If it doesn't matter, then what is the reason?
So in that case, nothing's ever wrong. If it doesn't harm you, nothing's ever wrong.
Reason for you to be so upset with it.
But that's the thing. If we end up living in your world, then we'll just have crazy people doing crazy things.
Nothing about that's crazy. Your world, which is the world full of religion, has caused countless wars, millions of people unalived, as well as plenty of people being raped, young boys being touched in weird ways caused by religion, which is what you support. Mine is furries, people dressing up, which causes no harm. It's just causing fun for them, and yet you'll still find it weird and cringe. Do you see how ridiculous you sound?
No, but it's ridiculous what you're saying, because if you really look at religion and look at, for example, Islam, how it will deal with somebody raping somebody or touching little boys, the way it would deal with them is in a very severe way.
How would it deal
We
with
actually don't. What, grape? I mean, go to a Muslim, like, get caught in most Muslim countries. The way they deal with,
example, what would happen?
They get executed.
Okay, so would you go back and execute Prophet Muhammad if you could?
Why would I do that?
Because he had intercourse with Aisha when she was 9, and you can't consent at 9 years old. So that's basically grape. So you can go back and do that, right?
No. The Prophet got married. So what Islam says about hold on. What Islam says about marriage is the woman has to be mature. She has to be mentally mature, physically mature, and agreeing to that marriage for it to be accepted. That's what Islam says about marriage.
At 9 years old, do you think that's possible?
At 9 years old?
Yes, because that's literally the age that's stated in the Quran. It was actually 6 when he married her, but 9 when he consummated the marriage, which means he had intercourse to solidify. So 9 years old, you're saying, can be mature?
No, nine is not mature.
Okay, so then he's a rapist then, essentially, because that's he did it with a 9-year-old. It's very simple. It's not difficult. So that's what you're accepting, right?
No, I'm not accepting it. To be fair, I don't know the exact ins and outs, but the ins and outs about the Prophet Muhammad when he consummated the marriage.
It literally says 9 years old. It's not even like you can misunderstand it. The number 9 is literally present. It's not even you can't misconstrue it. So,
what Islam says about marriage is the girl has to be of a mature age, mentally and physically.
And do you think that's possible at 9 years old? Because that's literally the age that's stated. So if not, then he's a rapist. If so, then I don't know. That's very morally reprehensible. But can you actually answer that?
I don't know the age of when he consummated. I'll probably look it up at the end.
Look at it after. But
yeah,
he says 9 years old. I promise you that. You can go and see in the Quran. It literally says 9. So if you want to look at that, you can.
I will. I will look at that. But what I do know about what religion says is the girl has to be physically and mentally ready for marriage.
Okay. All right. Well, you go and look at that, and you'll see how at 9 years old, 6 years old, he married. At 9 years old, he consummated it. Literally, it literally says that. All right, let's get the next person in. Everyone double tap the screen. TikTok's trying to suppress the live, so double tap the screen.
Hello, mate.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 20.
All right, what do you want to debate?
I want to debate the trans men are men.
Okay, why do you disagree with that statement?
Well, how would you define a man?
I define a man as someone who has the desire to be in accordance with the traits typically associated with the sex of the male, with the male sex. And that's basically how I define a man. If you have a desire to be associated with, in accordance to the traits socioculturally associated with the opposites, with the male sex. So, yeah.
I mean, you can define it like that if you want, but most dictionaries won't agree with you.
Again, dictionaries, they aren't always essentially correct, and that would be my definition. So if we disagree on definition, we have a fundamental disagreement, and there's nothing
No, I agree. I don't think we're going to get anywhere. But I see a man.
Oh, I don't know what happened to him. All right, let's move on to the next person, guys. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen, everyone. Again, definitions don't prove anything because definitions are all different. So, yeah. John, the thing is, I want to debate you, John, but you don't have any audience, though. It's difficult because, like, there's no benefit. It's like, what do I gain? I mean, I destroy you, and I can, but it's like, bruh, come on, but...
Are you alright, mate?
And TikTok's suppressing the live. I don't even think I can do a proper
You alright,
debate.
mate? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How old are you?
We spoke the other day, 29.
All right, what do you want to debate then? Today.
It's not so much a debate, it's actually about the furry thing. I'm quite open to the whole furry idea.
Okay.
But I would say, like, if you look at social media and stuff, like, it's going into, like, a lot of, like, education now. Like, people pretending to do it in, like, schools, colleges, all that sort of stuff. That's the thing I find wrong about it.
I'd say those are Therians, not necessarily furries. I'm still like looking into Therians and exactly what they stand for. But at least furries, I think it's perfectly okay, and they're doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, but I think why why you're not mature enough to, like, at that age, why you're not mature enough to do it. I think it shouldn't be allowed until they reach an age of maturity. If that makes sense to you.
What do you mean age of maturity? Is there a certain age where you can no longer do certain things with your life? Would you say there's an age of maturity on religion? At this age, you can't be religious anymore? You think that should be enforced?
I'm not saying that. I mean, like, so say, like, once you hit, like, 18, like, you'd, like, make your own life choices. But until then, I reckon it should be...
If they can make their own, number one, if they can make their own life choices, then you could be a furry at the age of 10, 20, 40, 60. You can be the age of furry at all.
Yes, but
If
you're
you
not mentally mature at that age. You start mature...
Just listen. I'd argue you should probably focus on the people who are vaping and actually hurting their health. People who are smoking, people who are committing crimes. Those are much better things to focus on than getting angry at furries, which is why
I'm not getting angry. I'm actually quite open to the idea. I think they're nice people.
Then there should be no issue. They can be furries. That's their hobby. Let them be. What's the issue?
I just think like you'd have to be careful, like, on who you're educating on the subject.
Even if they are a furry, what damage is caused? What harm does that do to anyone? Someone being a furry, what harm is actually caused to anyone?
That's the thing. It's not causing any harm, but I'm saying I don't want it to impact their lives.
Pardon?
I just don't want it to impact their lives, so they're making mistakes.
People, like, if you're talking about Therians who actually think they're animals and want to do stuff in schools, yeah, I can argue that can be a little difficult, and I'd probably try and look into that.
Yeah, because they can end up getting picked on, being a social outcast.
Okay, getting picked on does not dictate whether something is okay. I've been picked on for being black. Should I just unalive myself?
Not for that reason, sorry.
Okay, but for whatever reason, should I unalive myself or leave because of my skin color? No. So whether I'm picked on or not for a certain trait is irrelevant of whether that trait is okay. What we looked at, a good thing to look at as a threshold deontologist myself, which is my basis of morality, is not only the consequences, but the rules that should be followed as well. And we acknowledge that discriminating against people based on their protected characteristics is not okay. I say this about anyone.
Trust me, mate, I get where you come from, mate. I was a classic nerd growing up, so I know how it feels like to be like a social outcast. for a
Right,
different
and I
reason to
wouldn't
you,
say that
obviously.
being a nerd is a bad thing, especially as you're not hurting anyone by doing that. So I wouldn't try and dissuade you from doing that thing.
Oh, trust me, mate, no one could. But
That's
yeah,
nice
like,
to
I'm not
hear.
going to argue with you about it. I thought, like, that's what I wanted to say on the matter about say. But yeah, I am quite open to them, like, being a
That's
thing.
nice. That's nice. That's good. That's good. That's good. Double tap the screen, everyone. Let's reach 5,000 likes. Hopefully, by 5,000, we will have more people in the guest request because TikTok just doesn't want to push out the live. Like, it's weird. Like, some days TikTok be pushing out the live. Like, they'll be pushing it out. Thank you so much for the rose. But other days, they just not push out the live at all. Like we should be at like 100 viewers at least by now. But TikTok, for some reason, some days it's good, some days it's not good. Bro, don't want to debate. Not right now. Go on your main account. What's your main account? I don't know. Not right now. Maybe some other day. The live isn't even getting pushed that much, so I don't even think there'd be a point. The truth, furries and trans people do these things because they are mentally challenged and need help. No, that's completely false. They're not mentally challenged at all. They can face mental hardships, but that's because of bigoted people like you who are transphobic and furry phobic, that you want to disrespect these people for just being the way that they are when they're causing absolutely no harm. You'll focus on that instead of the things that are actually hurting society, such as things like religion, that are widespread and cause widespread cancers. Double tap the screen, everyone. If you dress like a fox, I'ma hunt you. Please don't say things like that. It's very rude and disrespectful. Don't ever say something like that ever again. If furries got spanked, they wouldn't be like that. Again, 12-0. Abusing minors isn't good, 12-0. I know that may be something you enjoy doing, but I wouldn't recommend abusing minors because all the data indicates that they turn out bad. Yes. Don't abuse minors, 12-0. Please try not to. All right, guys, double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get some more people in here. Double tap the screen. TikTok just doesn't want to push out this live. They are doing their best to suppress it. Hey, how old are you?
18.
Okay, which one to debate?
Trans men are men.
Okay, why do you disagree with that prompt?
Because I don't think you can just be a man if you're not born a man.
You mean born male? There's a difference between sex and gender, and I disagree. I think if you have a desire and want to be in accordance with the traits that are typically associated with the sociocultural norms of the male sex, you should be able to be according to that group and be in that group and be able to identify in that group if you have a desire to be. If we have a fundamental disagreement on that, then I guess we just disagree.
But like, how can you? I just want to be something, but you're not. That doesn't make sense. Can you define Can you go again over your definitions of a male again?
Male, again, that's different. Sex and gender are different. Like, even if we went on the assumption that sex, which even has its own debate, is based on XY chromosomes, even if we define that as male, that's not the same as being a man, okay? There's no set criteria for being a man. And so I think that someone who has a desire to be in accordance to that group, I think should just be allowed to be in that group. So if you identify as it, then it's based on your self-desire.
What do you mean there's no set criteria to be a man?
Pardon?
What do you mean there's no set criteria to be a man?
Okay, let me give you this scenario. Are all men masculine?
No.
Are there feminine men?
Yes.
Are they still men?
Yes. Do you know why they're men?
What's your criteria for being a man?
XY chromosome. That makes a
Okay,
man.
so yours is male. So basically that's a male. That's basically the criteria for being a male.
Which
So
is a man.
No. There's difference between the social cultural expression of that sex. Okay, like women has its own social culture in society, as well as men. What females have, their social culture compared to males. And so we might associate, I don't know, bigger body mass, taller height with being a man as well, but not all men fit into that category. Okay, so you're basing yours off sex. Sex and gender are different things. Okay.
Okay, what about like men? Only men are able to reproduce.
What? What do you mean only men? What are you talking about?
Only men are able to reproduce.
We said only men are able to reproduce. Again, men is not the same as male. Males and females can reproduce, but the point is
what is gender based off of then? It's just a random thing?
No, gender is usually based off of it's based off of sex as well, as in like it's the expression, the social cultural expressions of sexes. And so if someone wants to identify with that group, I think that they should perfectly be able to, even if they don't have the typical, characteristics associated with that social cultural group, if that makes sense. Just like a feminine man is still a man despite being feminine. You understand that, right? Okay,
Yes.
so
So why does gender differ from sex?
again, it absolutely differs. It's the social culture expressions of sex. They're not the same thing. Gender and sex are different things.
Yes. So just what makes it different? I don't know what makes it different.
It's how how the sexes are expressed in society, how they have their social expectations, and how they're actually expressed in society around us. Like I brought up examples, men might be seen as breadwinners, women might be seen as child bearers, taking care of children. These sorts of things like stereotypes, essentially how these sexes are expressed in society. It's not the same as being that sex or having those chromosomes of that sex. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, that's basically it. I'm glad you've been educated. All right, let's move on to the next person. I do want to move on to more people. Guys, 1 second, Nate. Give me a moment. Guys, I don't think TikTok wants to push out the live today, so this live might not be as long, but I will try and keep going. But TikTok doesn't want to push out the live today. It happens sometimes. Sometimes they'll push it out a lot, Sometimes they'll just keep it suppressed. And it seems they're keeping it suppressed today. So we'll just have to deal with it. It sucks, but it is what it is. So let's double tap the screen. Hey, how old are you?
Hi, 19. Date of birth is November 3rd, 2004.
Nice. Which one to debate?
Trans men are men, your topic that you were discussing with the previous guest. I would just say, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
1 second. How greedy, bro? You already got 50, bro. 50 is nothing, okay? Like, that's nothing. It's really poor. TikTok's really suppressing it. Anyways, yeah, what about this you want to debate?
Sure. So I would disagree that trans men are men. I would say that they're a type of woman, not a type of man. I would say a man is an adult human male. Therefore,
No, I disagree that's not a man. I don't agree with that definition. I say it's a man who's someone who has a desire to be in accordance with the social and cultural norms typically associated with the male sex.
what are the sociocultural associations with the sex?
It depends on the society. For example, men can be seen as breadwinners, they can be seen as taller, stronger, or there's different social representations. Men can be seen as the ones who, I don't know, it really depends on the society. So whatever that is, if you have a desire to be in accordance with that, then I believe that you would be in that category, absolutely.
So a desire to be in accordance with masculinity is what you've described.
That's basically, that's my
Okay,
point.
but you agree that men can also have a desire to be feminine because you establish that feminine men also exist. So that's a contradiction.
Well, and then they can be women as well. Absolutely. It's
Also, but no, it is because if you acknowledge, sorry, could you define? So
it's about the desire. It's not about whether you actually do. It's about the desire.
Do you think that men? Where do you think the expression comes from? Do you not think the expression would derive some sort of desire?
What are you talking about? It's the society.
Right. So I don't think you're tracking. You're stating that a man is a person.
You're not understanding what you're saying.
Can I finish speaking?
Give me a second, my dear boy. It depends on the society. You're not paying attention. I need you to actually focus. It depends on the society. Okay, so it's very dependent. Again, you can have feminine men if they have a desire to still be accordant with men, then they can still absolutely identify as a man. Just because you don't tick the boxes doesn't mean you aren't a man. Number two,
the goalpost.
It's about the desire. 1 second, just relax. It's about the desire. Okay, just relax and listen. Let me help you out. It's about that desire. You need to pay attention.
Okay, so you didn't address anything I stated, right? So when you said, sorry, can I finish now? Because I allowed you to finish. So you stated that. I heard what you said. It just didn't address what I stated. So you stating that a man is a person who has a desire to be in accordance with the sociocultural expressions typically associated with the male sex. The sociocultural associations made with the male sex refers to the concept of masculinity, right? If you acknowledge that men can also be in accordance with our desire to be feminine, then your original definition doesn't follow, because you're acknowledging that men can also be. You're also acknowledging that men can have a desire to be in accordance with femininity, which means that having a desire to be in accordance. Can I finish, please? Having a desire to be.
You're not understanding. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
So feminine men are women.
Let me help you out. I never state that. If they have a desire to be in accordance with traits typically associated with women, then they'd absolutely be women. It's about the desire, not whether they actually.
Great. So, I didn't reference the actual expression. Yeah. I didn't address the actual expression. You didn't listen to what I said. I was specifically talking.
Sir, I'm going to need you to pay attention. Don't unmute yourself.
Stop muting me and let me finish.
Sir, I'm going to kick you off if you don't unmute. If you don't stay on mute, just listen, okay? Stay on mute and listen, okay? You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Again, I'm not saying they have to tick the boxes for this characteristic, because I acknowledge that, yes, you absolutely can have feminine men, but it's whether you have a desire. That's the whole point. If you have a desire to be in accordance to that group, then absolutely you can be that group, even if you don't necessarily tick the boxes. Such as if I wanted to be a woman, I could absolutely, if I had a desire to be in accordance to that. It's based on your feelings and how you feel.
I
That is
just
the
addressed. Okay, I just addressed the desire. I didn't reference actual expression just now, so I'll reiterate what I said. Sorry, can you?
One second, my dear boy. Let me help you out. If you're bringing up feminine men, you are addressing whether they physically actually, amalgamate to be that thing. You're not actually
No,
addressing.
that's not what I said. All right, can I be allowed to finish? So I asked you, do you think that men can desire to be feminine? That was my question, and you said yes. So we were talking about the desire, right?
You would, whether they want to be woman, not feminine. Wakey.
But you're saying that a woman is, but your definition of woman would be a person who desires to be feminine. So now you're just shifting the goalpost yet again. So do you think?
It's whether you have a desire. It's very simple. You're not understanding. It's desire to be in accordance. It's based on the desire, not whether they actually are. Okay.
I just addressed desire. I didn't reference.
One second, my dear boy. You're saying you're addressing it, but you're not actually addressing it.
It's what I just said. I asked you, do you think that men can be in accordance with the desire to be in accordance with femininity? I just asked you that. And you said yes prior.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Are they women? The men who desire.
If they desire to be women, absolutely.
Not desire to be woman. No. You're misunderstanding the question.
That's the point which I'm making. That's how I define it. Someone who has a desire to be
you're contradicting yourself, because if you're saying that a man, okay, all right. So
that's literally the point. Let me explain this to you. Don't stop unmuting yourself. Just stop unmuting yourself. Just listen. That's literally the point I'm making, and you're not understanding. Okay, if they do identify as that, then they absolutely are. Okay, that's what you're not understanding. Okay, feminine men can still be men because they don't have a desire to be women. That's the whole point which I'm trying to make.
Wait, but woman is okay. This is the problem. So you can't be circular. You can't say feminine men are still men, because I can explain. Give me
a moment. Just give me a moment. No, you're not understanding. Stay on mute. Let me try and break this down so that even you will understand. Okay. Someone who has desire or their gender identity. Let me phrase it in a different way. Their gender identity maps onto that of the opposite sex in the case of trans people. Their gender identity maps onto that. It's gender dysphoria. That would essentially be the case. If they don't have that, then no, they would not be trans and they would not be the opposite gender they identify as. If their gender identity maps onto that, then it would absolutely be the case. It's so simple. I don't know how many other times I can explain this to you.
I'm explaining that your definition is contradicting itself, because if you acknowledge that if your necessary condition to be a man is to be in accordance with, desire to be in accordance with masculine traits, right?
Gender identity maps onto that of the opposite sex.
It's the same thing that you're saying. I'm just repeating.
It's the same thing. I have to say it in a different way because
okay. So I understood it the first time. You're just not understanding where your definition doesn't follow. So I would appreciate if you just stop muting me and allow me to finish. So when you stated that a man necessary conditions to be a man is to desire to be in accordance with masculine traits. That's what your definition of man is. I asked you, can men desire to be in accordance with feminine traits, not woman? Can they desire to be? Can you stop interrupting and let me finish?
Typically associated with that of the opposite sex. You're not understanding. That's literally what I said.
Yes, that's feminine.
No, that's not what I said. 1 second, my dear boy. Just pay attention. The traits typically associated with that. Stop unmuting yourself. The traits typically associated with that of the opposite sex. I've said this multiple times. That's literally it. It's not difficult to understand. Okay.
Associated with the sexes on a sociocultural level is masculine.
Guys, double tap the screen. Let's reach 10,000 likes. TikTok is just not pushing out the live. Like, we're only at like 45 viewers. TikTok's not pushing out the live. I need you guys to double tap the screen because TikTok's not pushing out the live. I'll add you back in. But I need you guys to double tap the screen because we've dropped like how many viewers and TikTok's just not pushing it out. So I need you to double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. I'll add you back in. Nate, request back up. But I need you guys to double tap the screen because TikTok does not want to push out the live. Add the next person in at 10,000. I'll add him back at 10,000 likes because I need you guys to double tap the screen because TikTok just doesn't want to push it out. Again, this dude, F. Matthews Ticky, your brain's processing slowly that you're not realizing that having a skin color does not prescribe you to certain ideological views. That's what you're not understanding. Guys, double tap the screen or else I can't add him back in if we don't get, like...
Hello?
How old are you?
Sir?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
We're doing a debate.
Trans men are men. I strongly disagree with that.
Why do you disagree with that?
First, can we clarify what a male is?
A male is someone with XY chromosomes. A man is someone whose gender identity maps onto that of the opposite sex.
That's okay. Men and male mean the exact same thing.
No, they don't.
How?
That's where we disagree. If we don't agree on that, then
How is men and male two different things?
that's how I define it, sir. That's the definition.
But that's not the logical definition.
That is the definition. There's no logics in definitions. That's literally how
Okay, but
definitions-
clearly, if you're gonna think like that, then we're gonna get nowhere. If men is
Exactly.
more than
The
one man.
fundamentals-
Okay, what's a man? What's a man? What's a man?
So I just explained someone whose gender identity maps onto that of the male sex. That's essentially it.
Okay, so you're saying, so you're trying to say that man and male are two different things, right?
Yes.
Okay, so which one means you can identify as like a female or something? I mean, if you identify as a female, are you still a man?
As a female, you can identify as a woman. Hence why I'm talking about man and woman, but not female and male. You understand that?
No, repeat that.
I said man and woman, not female and male. Do you understand that?
Okay, wait. Which definition is like a male? So you said XY chromosomes, yeah? Which definition applies to that?
You're not understanding. Guys, TikTok's just not pushing it out. I don't think I can go live today. TikTok's just refusing to push out the live. Hey, how old are you?
I am 23.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
Yeah, trans men are men. Sorry, I know you've been talking about that a lot.
Every single topic.
No, I'm not trying to have I don't want to have like an argument with your FI. I just kind of want to just.
Damn, like, just give me a moment. Like, goodness me, being a furry is fine, spraying is abuse. Is this topic over and over again? Like, I'm tired of debating this one. Like, it's the only one people say. It's the only one people say. It's kind of aggravating in a way. Anyways, yeah, guys, like, we would be at like over 100 viewers, but TikTok doesn't want to push it out, so I'm gonna have to end. Anyways, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I'm about. What's the disagreement on?
Sorry, trans men are men. But like, if
I know, but like, where do you disagree with me?
well, like, so basically, I kind of looked into this a wee bit because I've like looked at your lives before and all that sort of stuff. Basically, when I look back at gender and sex, they used to be used interchangeably. It was actually an idea that was pioneered by some college lecturer in UCLA and stuff like that. And he basically just came up with the idea that they were actually different. So for a long time, they were used interchangeably, which is why I think you have a lot of people coming on here saying that they don't understand the difference between the two in that sort of way. But I wanted to ask you your opinion on if it's something that's not backed up with evidence to suggest a certain thing, would you suggest that it's a belief that trans men are men?
With definitions, there's not evidence behind definitions. They are little things that we make up. We make up definitions, so there's no evidence behind certain definitions. There's just things that we
for example, when you search up
like culture and language, it's things that we make up.
Well, no, I understand that, but like, say for example, a couple 100 years, someone digs up me and looks at my bones and my bone density, that sort of way, they'll be able to identify that I'm a guy. So that I'm a man. So that's evidence.
A male, not a man. They'll identify that you're a male, XY chromosome, sure, but not a man. Okay?
Well, wait, sorry.
They'll identify that you're a male, but not a man.
No, but like the thing is that you're suggesting, but I mean, like, not everyone believes in gender. Like,
okay, well, that's on them. They need to actually update and actually realize that gender is different from sex, and they are not the same thing.
But they used to be. They were used interchangeably for a long time.
Used to be, but they're not anymore.
But there's no evidence to suggest that they aren't different. That's what I'm saying. It was an idea that was pioneered by some college.
They are different, my friend. They are different. Ronnie says, "Why would someone be digging up your body in the first day?" Yeah, no, they are different. I mean, if we don't agree on that, we can't have a debate if we don't agree on definitions. So we'll just have to agree to disagree on the definitions. Simple. There's nothing that was schooling. I feel bad for your children. You're going to be spanking your children. You're going to be physically abusing minors. I feel bad for them. Let's read some comments. I never actually usually read comments, but I'm actually curious as to what you guys are saying. Because you say it's different doesn't make it different. No, they are different. They are literally different. If you are upset, that's on you, not on me. But they are different. Sex and gender are different things. I'm 6'5" and 245 pounds of pure muscle. No one here put fear in me. Listen, Ed Matthews Ticky, can you please just stop crying and just grow up, please? You sound like a child. Mel says male is biological sex. People don't understand sex with gender. Exactly. You just need to educate yourselves. Okay, I know it's difficult, but you need to educate yourselves. Such a serious topic you don't know how to debate. Hodgie, I absolutely do know how to debate. I don't know what live you've been watching, but not me. I'm Muslim. Do you support me? That's a good question. You know, it's a difficult question. Do I support your right to be a Muslim? Absolutely. Do I support Islam in general? Absolutely not. But if you want to be a Muslim, I'm fine. I won't treat you differently, but I would say I'd have difference with your ideologies, I guess. Especially the stuff about women. You know, as a feminist, I don't necessarily agree that's the best. Why don't you support Islam? It's just too much misogyny, too much, violence, too much for me. It hurts. As a pacifist and a feminist, I can't support that. What if you, instead of saying let's put Muslims, let's put what? Okay, purple smoke. I don't think that hit. Of course he's a feminist. Yes, duh. Obviously, you're the best debater on here. Appreciate it. Women Lily don't complain about Islam. Yes, they do. Any Muslim majority country or theocratically Muslim country, I'm not gonna lie, the women aren't having the best case. Take some testosterone, ha ha ha. The funny thing is, I'm actually taller than you. You said you were 6', I'm actually taller than you. But not that demeans your masculinity, but it just shows how ridiculous what you're saying is. Because those things do not define whether you're a masculine man, yes. You got the dude Nate talking about traits. So you're a feminist? Yes, I am. Do you support Christianity? No. No religion. I don't support religion. It's against critical thinking, human rights, liberalism, which is everything that I stand for. I'm a liberal Democrat. Oh, no, I'm a liberal. Learn to pronounce literally. That's how I pronounce it, literally. Can Muslims not support you because there's not enough... What? I mean, yeah, if you're a misogynist, yeah, I hope you don't support me. I don't want to be supported by misogynists. I want to be supported by people who support women. You're a feminist, but you believe trans women are women? Yeah, absolutely. Those things aren't mutually exclusive. What do you do for human rights besides talk on the internet? More than you. You're not doing anything at all. I'm standing up for them. Stop making us... Okay, Ed Matthews Ticky, this is so sad. Like, you just... Can you... You make me laugh. I feel bad for you. I actually feel bad for you. Like, it's not even the point where I'm angry at you. I just feel bad for you. I think I'm just going to read some comments. TikTok's not pushing out the live. I've gone to accept. We've reached 11,000 likes and we only have 44 people. TikTok does not want to push out the live today. Ed Matthews, you are extremely indoctrinated. It's truly sad. You're extremely indoctrinated. By furry, do you mean attracted to animals or dress up as animals? Dress up as animals. Although I'd argue if you're attracted to animals, in the current way of society, although I disagree with that, I think majority of people agree that being attracted to animals is okay. You genuinely need to be educated. Educated on what, my friend? What do I need to be educated on, Mr. Ed Matthews Ticky? Ooh. Is that Kala Harris? How old are you?
25.
Okay, what do you want to debate?
I'm confused when you said you're a feminist and you believe trans women are women. That is really confusing to me.
How on earth are those things contradictory?
Because feminism is about protecting and the rights of women, right? So
as well as trans women, there's no rights that are being violated by...
Okay.
Can you tell me what rights are being violated?
Okay, hold on. Let's take a step back. So with how feminism actually started, it was about protecting women, right? And my definition of a woman
White women, actually.
Female.
Did you know that? What race are you? Can I ask?
No, you can't ask. So I'd rather not.
Okay, so you don't want to disclose your race?
No.
Although, why not? Are you of color? Are you a person of color?
I don't really want to talk about that. Thank you.
You just answer the question, are you a person of color?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Well, feminism actually started protecting white women, not women of color. Thank
I
you
know
for
that. I know it. Trust me, I know that because then we have the branch of womanism. So don't get it twisted. I know my history. Thank you very much. But what I'm trying to explain to you, yes, I know because I am a womanist. But my point is that when you now categorize men in this, right? Because let's really be honest, we started to protect ourselves from men, and now you're trying to add trans women, right? Who are male, right? And who are part of the issue. We're trying to protect ourselves from these people, and here you are adding it to another group that are marginalized. It doesn't make sense, right? All of a sudden now, trans women have to be a part of feminism when they're part of the fucking issue. It's really confusing.
Not very nice. They're marginalized just as much as you. They go through just as many struggles as you. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. So what does a white male who turns who turns a trans woman? Yeah. What's his struggle? In fact, they're celebrated. In fact, they can be women of the year. How about that?
No, they actually
How
go through
about
a lot of
that?
difficulties. They get marginalized from their communities. They have high risk of being assaulted. They have a lot of issues, just as much as women. In fact, I'd argue even worse.
No. Just as, do you know what it is? You know what it is actually.
As well. They go through so many.
Okay, but do you realize that women are actually attacked more than trans women? Do you realize that? Because actually, women. Sorry.
As well. Those statistics can be skewed. It really does depend. Me personally, I haven't looked into it. Maybe you're right. I don't know, but I haven't seen that.
The only threat to a woman is a male, and you, as a feminist, quote unquote, should understand that, right? So
I agree that men can be a very big threat to women.
Right. Okay. Cool. So I'm sorry when I'm talking about males, that includes trans women, right? Why are they now having to be?
You really think trans women are assaulting women as much as men do? Come on, be honest. You don't even.
They are because they're male. They're all a part of it. Do you know about the stats about how many of them actually commit sexual offences?
I'd argue that there's higher rates amongst
really? This is what I'm saying.
Like, actually not as high as you think, and
this is why.
One second, ma'am. It's not good to take one small person or 2 or 3 people and extrapolate that to the whole group. Okay.
It's not a personal thing. It's not a fact. It's the fact that they're a minority and they are doing majority of sexual offences.
Okay, that's the end of the transphobia. I can't stand any more transphobia. Come on, ma'am. I can't stand this transphobia. Okay, it's just not nice. Okay. Anyways, hello, mate. How are you? What is a woman? Someone who has the desire to be in accordance to the traits typically associated.
Hello, mate.
How old are you, my dear boy?
I'm 18.
What do you want to debate?
What's the first one say? Because I can't read it properly. It's all together.
Furry is fine. Being a furry is fine.
It's not fine. Trans men are men.
How dare you? How dare you? What? Nothing wrong with being a furry. Don't ever say that again.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm being very serious. There's nothing wrong with being a furry. Can you be respectful and not be furry phobic?
So if someone wants to, they can be let's say a unicorn. Yeah? Is that fine?
You know what furry means? I believe that you're not educated. You know what furry means?
The fuck is a furry?
So you're upset and you don't even know what it is. That's ridiculous. You don't even have a foggy idea of what a furry is, yet you disagree with it. That's
I don't follow up with that LGBTQ thing, bruv. You're mocking me, bro. You're mocking me, but you look at you.
Let me help you out.
You say to people, my dear boy. What's that?
1 second, my dear boy. Let me help you out. Okay. Why can't I mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, let's help you out. Number 1, a furry is someone who simply just dresses as an animal, usually with a furry costume, to express themselves in the way that they want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you not understanding LGBTQ issues or furries simply disagree with it because you're not educated. And I feel bad for you because clearly someone in your life hasn't given you the proper education that you should have on these specific issues, yet you'll come and be verbose about something you don't understand. But it's okay. I'm here to help you out. There's nothing wrong with being furry. There's nothing wrong with LGBTQ. They're normal human beings who just want to live just like you. And you should be kind and loving and accept them.
Alright, mate. So you're telling me people can dress up as dogs, yeah?
Absolutely. Just like you can dress up as your favorite superhero or as your favorite character. Yeah. Dress up is nothing new.
You're comparing humans with animals. Just stop for a bit. Don't compare shit like that, yeah? Don't compare, yeah?
One second,
You're telling me
Michael,
that.
help you out. I'm going to compare them because there's simply no difference. You're dressing up as something. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Alrighty. Did this dude just say he is a rage baiter? He just wants trans gifts. Number one, majority of people come up here. I don't even get majority of the gifts. Usually people who are upset with me gift people who are guests. So they get majority of the gifts. And I'm not even doing this for money. I'm doing this because I genuinely enjoy it as well. I've been doing this for a long time before I've earned anything from it because I simply enjoy it. I love having debates and talking about these issues. It's fun. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream because TikTok does not want to push out the lives today. It happens, you know. I think I might just do this topic more consistently. You said you do not support Islam due to the way it speaks about women's rights. Expand. Yes, you can hit a woman. A woman's mind is half of that as a man's. You can strike a woman. Sleeping with 9-year-old girls. It's not very pro-women or women's rights or consent. Just not being very respectful to women. It's just not very nice, you know? Like, truth be told, I'm just being honest. Like, yeah, it's just, you know, as someone who has to stand for women. Yeah. I'm going to end the stream because TikTok's not pushing it out, my friend. But yeah, being attracted to animals is okay. It's okay to act on that romantically or sexually. If you eat animals, I think you should be perfectly fine with having intercourse with animals too. So anyone in the stream who eats animals, I think you're okay with intercourse with animals, doing whatever with animals, and there's no reason as to why you disagree with that. I don't see why you disagree with that. Can you give me a reason why you disagree with that? Because let's be honest, if you eat animals, you have no respect for the animal whatsoever, okay? If I unalive an animal and eat it, if I unalive you and eat you, does that look like I have respect for you? No. So if you unalive and eat an animal, the animal is worthless. It might as well just be an object at that point that you can use for any sort of pleasure. Eating pleasure, sexual pleasure, any pleasure with the animal, because you don't care for it. like you put them in gas chambers. Yes, the same gas chambers that were used in World War II. You put these innocent animals in gas chambers, and then say, "Oh my goodness, how could you do that to an animal?" You don't care. Plants are sentient life too. No, plants are not sentient. They don't have brains or a nervous system. Plants are not sentient. Goodness gracious. You should be put in there too. And exactly. And you've got the Christ, you've got the cross in your name. Like, you're not making a good case for your religion. You really out here sharing the life. What does this guy want, bro? He's been begging to come in.
Rolski, every time someone confronts you, you mute them and you kick them. So stop getting bad, you're a good debater. Every time someone makes a point on you, you mute them and you kick them. Look at you, do you have women? Do you have women in your life? No, you don't. You don't have any women in your life. You're a feminist, but girls don't like you. You're a feminist, but look at him. You're a feminist, but girls don't like you, pal. I prove you wrong, and now you're doing all this because if you mute me, you kick me, you'll prove me right. When someone makes a point on you, you kick him. When someone makes a point, you mute them and say, "Listen, brother, listen. You don't have any points. You kick them. You're not a good debater at all. Go on, say your point. Say your point."
1 second, my dear boy. 1 second, my dear boy. Wait, who?
You. Every time someone.
Who cares? Who cares, my dear boy? No one cares. Get out of here. Get out of here, son. Nobody cares. Alrighty. I'm going to end the stream now. Majority of animals are killed painlessly. This isn't painless. Bro, this dude said the majority of animals are unalive painlessly. That's absolutely not the case. Being put in a gas chamber and slowly suffocated till you can't breathe is not painless. TikTok ain't boosting your live because look at what you're doing. Bro, I get 200 viewers sometimes. TikTok boosts this live anyways. Why do you think I'm doing it? If they didn't boost it, why on earth would I be here? They do boost it. It's just today they're being off weird. But yeah, if you unalive and put something in a gas chamber, you know, we do technically grape cows as well by forcibly impregnating them. We actually do that. TikTok is a-trainophobic. TikTok is a-trainophobic, bro. They do not want to push me out. Like 30, we already got 14,000 likes. What live have you seen with 14,000 likes but only 35 viewers? I appreciate you guys who are dedicated, but yeah, we'll just have to wait. Okay, so what about dogs? They ain't eaten, but they are 6 years old. I mean, Yeah, that's unfortunate then. I mean, again, even in dogs, it doesn't really matter because you hurt other animals. You don't respect any animals. Ed Matthews Ticky, bro. That's not a very nice comment. I want you to apologize, okay? Ed Matthews Ticky, I want you to apologize, okay? You need to grow up and you need to become a better person. This isn't you. You're better than this. Why did the definition of, okay, where's the upliftment of people? Yeah, I'm helping you out. I'm just giving you the truth. I don't think it's intuitive to eat or have sex with animals. I agree. But if you do eat them, then unfortunately you're going to have to budge on having intercourse with the animals. Thank you so much for the gifts. See, like, I've had received less gifts than people who have come up as guests. That's how strong the hate is. I've received less gifts than people who have come up as guests. Anyways, let's see who else wants to join. Double tap the screen, everyone. Double tap the screen.
I hate niggers, I hate niggers, I hate Jews, I hate lynch niggers, lynch niggers.
Are you religious? Are you religious?
Nah.
You're not religious? Do you believe in God? Damn it, he left. He left. He definitely was religious. You just know he was. You just know it. I will grape your mum, dear boy. Okay. Let me just mute. Let me just pin this comment. Oh, it didn't even allow me to pin it. It didn't even allow me to